Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. We've got a few on so far. Can some of you let me know if you can hear me, see me, etc. Who have we got here so far? Charles. Hi, Charles. Hey, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Thanks for the welcome back. Hi, Stevie. Beetle Boys here. Nice to see you back. Thank you very much. Kia. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Tom's here as well. Fresh on from Andy's live stream about half an hour ago. Great show as usual from Andy and Stevie says, hear me loud and clear. Julia's here. Hi, Julia. We got Music Sound Gear. Hi, Beatley Tone. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Martin McGrath is here. Glad you're back. Liverpool 2-0. Come on. It's Brentford, though, isn't it? It's Brentford. Joseph says, hi, Beatley Tone. Paul is here. Great to see you. Great to see you too. The Drag Gurus. Hi, Tone. Boyan, how are you, mate? Lovely to see you. What time is it with you? Oh, it's early in the morning. But it's not a bank holiday in Australia today, Monday, is it? Or is it? Hi, Tone. Great to see you back up and about. I was going to leave you a comment on your video, but got to it too late as I've been busy lately. So happy to see you now. Looking forward to another great stream. Steve's here, loud and clear. Good. Russ is here. Hi, Russ. Hi, Gav. Nice to see you. Football's just finished, is it? What match you've been watching? Is that the Liverpool Brentford game? Matthew's here. How are you, Matthew? Matthew's also in Australia, I think, if I remember rightly. Who else we got? Andrew Thistlewood is here. Great to see you back. Hope your recovery continues to go well. Thank you, sir. Stephen G says, great to see you back, Tone. And first question, it's looking like the bootleg Beatles, namely Oasis, are back next year. What are your thoughts? I won't believe it until I see it with my own ears. I'm not sure. You know what? It's always been Liam that has needed to do it. I think Liam needs it less than Noel does at the moment. I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be great to see if it happens, but I won't believe it until it's official. It's official. Gav, confirmed Liverpool win 2-0. You're not a Liverpool fan, are you, Gav? From the Midlands? I thought you'd be a Villa or Birmingham fan. Boyan says, it's 3:30 a.m. just now. Unfortunately, no bank holiday, no uni today, though. So happy to be able to hear. Great to see you. Boyan. Thank you for all your messages that you sent me while I was in hospital. It was great to hear from you. Who else have we got? Mark Ransom. Nice to see you. Looking as well, sir. Thank you. Still haven't found out the hidden tracks. You're from Colchester. Okay, just down the road from me. Well, quite a long way down the road. But yeah, my son went to uni in Colchester. Bob is here. Nice to see you, Bob. Please see you'll bounce back so quickly. Would love to see your show, but taking Eric and mum to the beach today. Looking forward to some fish and chips. Okay, buddy. You have a good time. You have a good time. My mate Ashley Barker's here. Good to see you. Thank you. Nice to see you, Ashley. Matthew says hello from Australia. It's 3:32. It's not a public holiday. It's a public holiday here in the UK tomorrow. Well, I say in the UK. I don't think it is in Scotland tomorrow. I think it's just England and Wales. But if you are in Scotland and you fancy the day off, just throw a sickie. Just throw a sickie. And if your boss asks where you are, just say, Beatley Tone said it'd be okay. Matthew is also celebrating that Liverpool won. Martin Collier is here. Thanks for joining us, Martin. Great to hear from you again, Tone. Thank you. Goblet, Tony. Hi, Tony. How are you? I'm very well. Feeling pretty good at the moment. It's rough at the beginning of the week, but I'm picking up momentum now. So that's good. Debbie is here. Hi, Debbie from Austin, Texas. Lots of places represented. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the show. Chris sending good vibrations from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Lovely. Ronnie Roberts. Hi, Tone. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing good. Thank you. Tom, do you have tickets for the one hand clapping movie? No, I don't. Because I'm out of hospital, because of the treatment that I've had, I've got to isolate now for 2 months, which means I can't go to places where there are lots of people. So I can't go to pubs and restaurants, and cinemas is one of those things as well. So I'm going to have to miss that. So I won't be going. Martin is from Cheltenham in Gloucestershire, here in the UK. Gav says he's a Wolves fan, but say no more. You lost 6-2. You did. You lost 6-2 to Chelsea. Russ is liking the shirt from McCartney and Wings vintage 1972 tour T-shirt. Not that I was, old enough to go on the 1972 tour, but this is if I had been, this would have been the T-shirt that I would have bought from the merch stand. Stevie says it's hard to believe it's late August with no rumours or any possible Beatles release, especially a Rubber Soul box set. Disappointing, but early yet. Well, yes, I think that I'm fairly safe in saying that Rubber Soul is off the table for this year. The rumor is that there will be a Beatles STE this year. It's going to be something to do with the 60th anniversary of the US landing. What that entails exactly, I have no idea. But I think it's going to be something 1964 centric. So it may be something to do with the US LPs. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. They've thrown another curve ball, and yet again, Rubber Soul is sort of pushed to one side for the time being. Goblet says, how far along the treatment are you now? Okay, so I've had the stem cell treatment, the can't get my teeth around it, let alone my cells. But the stem cell transplant, I've had that now, and that is almost the end of the treatment. But I will be doing probably another couple of cycles of chemo, and then I'll be on a maintenance chemo after that, probably forever. But we're not really sure yet what the level of that will be. But for the next 3 months, I'm not going to be having any treatment at all. Boyan says, hoping Mrs. Beatley Toner has been looking after you since you got home, and hoping for your sake that One Hand Clapping gets a DVD release. Well, obviously, Mrs. Beatley Toner has been absolutely amazing, and has been looking after me, not only since I've been home, but actually while I was in hospital, as she stayed most of the time in hospital. The cover of Life with the Lions, the John and Yoko Unfinished Music #2, where John is on the floor on a mattress by Yoko's bed. That's Mrs. Beatley Tone. The new track, No Bed for Mrs. Beatley Tone. So yeah, that's where we were. She spent literally pretty much the whole 3 weeks at the hospital. And here we got Nick. Hiya, Nick. Lovely to see you, mate. Great to see Ipswich back in the Premier League. It's been a while. It has 22 years since the Tractor Boys were in the Premier League, I believe. Matthew says, I have tickets for one hand clapping. Closest cinema is over 100 kilometers away. I think my closest cinema is about 25 miles away. But obviously, as I say, I can't go. I hope you manage to get there, Matthew. Tom says, maybe we complete 1964 Hollywood Bowl show. Yeah, possibly. I think lots of you are probably on Andy Nichols' live stream that finished about half an hour ago. I managed to catch about the last half hour of it because we had friends here this afternoon. Absolutely fantastic show. So if you were on that stream, hope you had a great time. Andy is just just an absolutely fantastic presenter and host, and I love him to bits. And when you are watching this, Andy, love you, man. Okay, right. Who else have we got? Martin says, you think you have problems? Gavin Axman's been born half of life in Leicester, so lifelong Foxes supporter. Can't complain after seeing him win the Premier and the FA Cup. Something I never thought I'd see. I don't think any of us ever thought we would see that. What a fantastic achievement that was in 2016 for Leicester City to win the Premier League. Absolutely incredible, and what a side they had. Fantastic, and also brilliant to see them beat Chelsea in the cup final a couple of years ago as well. And then they got themselves relegated, but they're back now, so hopefully a better season this season. Russ says, you are funny, lol. I don't know who he means. Do you mean me? Or someone else that said something really funny. It is great to be here, and as Keith Richards said, and fairly appropriately, it's great to be anywhere. He said it appropriately, but for different reasons. It's great to be here. It's great to be anywhere, quite frankly. My daughter Sarah's here. She's a fantastic wife. There, she's confirming that's my daughter Sarah on the stream there. And Joseph Mantineo says, you have got a wonderful wife. I do. Right, where are we? Julia, what would have made an iconic photo? That would have made an iconic photo with you and Mrs. Beatley-Tone with her on the floor. Yes, it would have done. We could have done a like the Life with the Lions unfinished music #2 reimagined. Have I got my little Oasis thing? Where's my Oasis thing? We did this thing during lockdown. Me and my friends, and we set up this chat. When we were all sitting around, thinking, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" We had this competition where we did album sleeves reimagined. So we had to do a recreation of an album sleeve, and I think Mrs. Beatley-Tone has just gone to get our effort of the sleeve that we did. Have you got it? Oh, we got a little one. So this was us doing doing Definitely Maybe. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit of glare there. That's my daughter at the back there. That's Mrs. Beatley-Tone being Liam on the floor. We got that big picture there of can't point to it, can I? Of George Harrison, that one that works over there now. But if you look at the sleeve, there's a picture there. That's me on the sofa with the guitar. We didn't have enough people to be Oasis, so we had to use some stuffed toys as to be some of the people. But that was our definitely maybe reimagined, which we called definitely maybe not. Okay, that's just a little bit of fun, right? Okay, what Nick says, confession, I bought the 1964 pins tour pin set. Her indoors won't be happy. Well, you're gonna have to, if she's watching this, she's gonna know. I did see the pin the tour pin set. It looked very nice indeed. It was already sold out. But it does look very nice. When will you be getting those? Goblet says, this is James, Pete's son. Pete's son's partner. By the way, we both send our love to you at Mrs. Beatley Tone. Thank you. Right, okay. Julia says, what does Julia say? She says, go AFC Richmond. Richmond. Was that a football team? AFC, that sounds like a football team, an amateur football team from West London. That can't be right. Must be something else. Must be something American. You'll have to enlighten me, Julia. Russ says, you are funny, Tone. No bed for Mrs. Beatley Tone had me laughing. Oh, right. Okay. Good. Boyan says, Andy Nichols got me very intrigued about his video coming this week when he gets his mystery Macca package from the UK. Oh. Well, I don't know what it is. And if I did, I wouldn't be spoiling it for him. I did hear him say at the end that he was could be doing a surprise video this week. Okay, right. Where are we? Charles says, Tone, is there a rumor going around that Macca is doing a new album? Yeah, there is. We know that he's been in the studio. We know that he's been working with Andrew Watt, who was the producer of the Stones' Hackney Diamonds album. We know that Paul worked on a track on that album, and he's worked on his own stuff with Andrew Watt as well. And I wouldn't be in the slightest bit surprised if we see a new Paul McCartney album before the end of this year. We could do the unfinished music cover too. We just left it too late. We'd have to create we'd have to drag a mattress into the bedroom and put it on the floor. Put me in the bed, put Mrs. Beatley Tone on the floor to recreate. I'm not sure it's going to have the same impact as if we thought of it at the time, but there you go. There you go. Right. Where are we? Andrew says, I wonder if the cinema edition of One Hand Clapping will be the same as the DVD in the Band on the Run archive set, or a longer version. I understand it's a longer version. It's got the backyard tapes included on it. I think I heard that there's going to be an introduction from Paul as well on it. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I think that's what I heard. Boyan said that's a great effort on the for the Oasis cover. Nick says, what does Nick say? Nick says, Mrs. Nick doesn't watch anything Beatles related, so I am safe for now. Pins arrive in a few days, I think. Okay. Julia says, oh, Ted Lasso. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you should have known that. Oh, yeah. Mrs. Beatley Tone watches Ted Lasso. I've watched a little bit of it, but it doesn't do it for me. I'm happy to watch it on my own. It doesn't really do it for me, but I know what you mean. Right, Tone, did you get a chance to see Paul singing with Andrew Watt at a Long Island club last week? No, I didn't. What did he sing? Was it a new song? Dr. Winston Boogie says, "Hey Tone, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. This sort of thing, doing this sort of thing, chatting to you guys, it kind of gives me a bit of a boost, and yeah, I feel good. I feel good." People say, "Please don't. No Two Virgin recreation. I promise. I promise. There will be no Two Virginness going on a recreated album cover." Julia says, "Oh damn! I meant Two Virgins, Tone." Oh, this live stream is turning into pure filth. Pure filth. Right. Bob says, "Hi, Tone. iPad autocorrect drives me nuts. I didn't mean to call Erin or a mum anger mum. It should have said taking Erin and her mum to the beach. Neither of them are angry." I did wonder, but I was going to go. I went with it. You know, that's showbiz. I just had to go with it, and hope that there would be a correction on page 32. Right. Okay. Where are we? Pablo Loves Vinyl says, "Evening Tone. I've been at the Liverpool convention today. We were going to be there. We should have been there as well. Saw great chats with Kevin Harrington and May Pang. Plus bumped into Mark Lewison and Andrew Dixon. Great to see you looking so well. If you bump into Andrew on your way out, do say hello to Andrew for me." Okay. Rob says, "Not to say, Tone, except that is greatly to see you looking chipper." Thanks very much, Rob. Always appreciate your input, whatever it may be. Tom says, "I saw her standing there and a non-Beatles tune." That was the thing with Andrew Watt. Okay. Martin says, do you think Tune In goes into too much detail about their relatives and other stuff that doesn't really need to be known? I don't care about the four Beatles. I don't care about the four Beatles, not Ringo's uncle. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, and that is half the problem with why this trilogy of books is taking so long. That there is he's trying to cram so much, minutiae into these books, things that we do not need to know. The McCartney legacy is the benchmark now. Is the benchmark of how to write a good rock biography. Mr. Wright says, Two Virgins, that would be a sight for sore eyes. It certainly would. Right. Dr. Winston Boogie says, "My girlfriend just says, hi, Jill. You're both going through the same thing. I wish Jill, the very best of luck with her treatment, and I, just hope everything goes really well." Where is she up to in her treatment? If you want to tell me, I'd be interested to know in the comments. If you don't want to say, that's absolutely fine. Okay. Jake Diddy said, "Just want to say hello and I'm so glad you're doing well. Thank you so much." John Alio Alelo says, "Billy Tony looking great. Paul sang, I saw us standing there. Just sang up front, no bass. He looked excited. Good. Nick's talking to Tom, so I'll leave them to their conversation. And Nick says he agrees as well. Okay, so what else have we got? Where are we? So is anyone in for the meditation mixes? The meditation mixes, or is anyone going to be shouting out cash grab? I hate him, but I love him too. Who's that? Who knows who that is? Right. Okay. Mr. Writer says Mark Lewison is big into detail, right down to the white doggy poo under the Menlough Avenue sign at 5:30 p.m. on August 16, 1959. He probably is. Look who's here! It's Beetle Brad. It's Beetle Brad. Hello, Brad. How are you, mate? Tony, my Beetle brother. Great to see you. Great to see you too, Brad. Hope you are well. Julia says yes, she's pre-ordered 2 on vinyl. I'm kind of in the middle on this. I kind of think that it's not going to be my thing, but there's this other mindset of me now that I'm so far into the whole mind games thing, what with the cube and the CDs and the vinyls and all the rest of it, that it's a bit like mind games has become like 100-meter sprint, and we're like got to 90 meters, and if we don't get the meditation mixes, it's like hopping for the last 10 meters to get over the line. So I'm not ruling it out. But at the moment, I'm kind of just holding back. I think it's something that I would like to hear before I kind of take the plunge, because it's quite an expensive piece, but it looks fantastic. Great labels on this. The clear vinyl looks great, and that sort of the foil record sleeve looks brilliant as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Nick says, even though I'm a wanker, always a great way to start a comment. I have ordered the meditation mixes. Is that I hope that wasn't after you asked me if I was ordering it, and without even giving it a moment's thought, I said yes, I'm going to be ordering it. Just after looking at the unboxing of it, but I'm probably going to go down the same route, Nick. You don't normally go as strong as wanker. You normally draw the line at wombat, but you're gone full wanker today, Nick. I still haven't. The hat hasn't arrived yet. Nick sent me a hat to cover this great big bowling ball that I've got on my shoulders. It's to the hospital, but it didn't turn up. Well, actually, it did turn up, but they didn't work out that the address on the box meant me. So it never made its way to me. So I'm expecting it to turn up at home at some point, but it hasn't just yet. Right. Where are we? Where? Julia says the meditation thing is something I spend a couple of hours a day on, so I think this would be great for my wife and I. Yeah, so I've never really done meditation, so I don't. That's what I mean. Why I don't think it was for me. I'd imagine if you are someone that meditates regularly, this is gonna. If you're a meditator on one hand, and you're a John Lennon fan on the other hand, this is like a match made in heaven, I would say. That was very David Brent, wasn't it? That was very David Brent. Right. Okay. So John says, Tone, the meditation mixes is just like sounds. It's like you're in meditation. Good for the mind. Yeah. I kind of understand. I read a little bit about it. It's all to do with the kilohertz, the frequency of what's the music and how it affects brain waves and all that sort of stuff. It sounds really, really, really interesting. And if you're into meditation and all about all this stuff, then I imagine it's really good. It's really good. Okay. Well, Charles says, Tone, I feel sorry for people buying the Cube when the Lenny Estate release more vinyl straight after. Well, I kind of get what you're saying, but I think that this is something that stands alone from the vinyl that was in the cube, because all the vinyl in the cube is all sort of Mind Games centric. So for all the different mixes that we've had so far, it's the Mind Games album from start to finish. This isn't that, is it? It's not. There's no meditation mix for Bring On the Lucy. Then, if you like, it's all around. It's all centric around the track Mind Game. So I do kind of understand why this is something separate from the mixes that were in the box set and the cube and etc. etc. Brad's having a chat with people, so I'll leave everyone to their little chats going on in the background. Beetle Boy says not interested in the meditation mixes or Paul's Japanese reissues. About time Paul gave what we want, archive to finish them off, or to hurry up with a new album. Yeah, it does feel like it's a bit of treading water. I don't really know why these have come out, or why they're important. I will say this, that I've got a few Japanese SHMC CDs, and they do sound really good. They do sound really good. But priorities. There are, I heard, everyone was kind of talking about their sort of fantasy Uber box set on Andy's Two Legs live stream, an hour or so ago, and people are queuing up for these archive editions. We want this series finished, and we'd like any series finished. There's still the coloured vinyl series that has been left hanging. That's not complete either, and there's lots of people that are waiting to buy vinyl copies of difficult to find Paul McCartney albums, like the ones that sort of come from the real sort of CD era. And I'm talking about things like Driving Rain and Memory Almost Full and stuff like that. People Off the Ground, these albums that are difficult and very, very expensive to find on vinyl. So we'd like one of these series to actually get finished before we go on to more rehashes of things that we don't really need. Andrew says, I'm not sure I could meditate to 9 versions of Mind Games. I'd be too busy concentrating on the differences in the mixes. Yeah, I kind of get that. That'd be me as well. Julius says, you have a great you have a great head for bald stuff. Yeah. Oh God. I haven't got used to it. I'm kind of getting used to this. But obviously it has actually, you won't be able to pick it up on camera, but it has started to grow back a little bit. But what I'm struggling with is this. I can't get used to not having anything to stroke here. I need something to stroke here. And this is also, it is growing back a bit. But it all takes time. Paul Cassidy says the meditation mixes look beautiful on vinyl, but should have been included in the Ultimate Deluxe Cube. It doesn't seem right to have another issue so soon, even if they're not from the original LP. Yeah, well, that's my argument why I think it's okay that they are kind of left out of the cube and the Ultimate box sets and all that sort of stuff. Because they are something a little bit standalone. They're not really the Mind Games album. They're just the track Mind Games. So, you could say, well, why didn't they include, I don't know, the Mind Games EP in the cube? Because that was something that was part of the Mind Games, but not part of the Mind Games album, if you see what I mean. It's a similar sort of thing, in my opinion. Everyone's got their own opinions. Matthew says, looking great, Tone. No, not buying Mind Games Meditation Mix, not my thing. I am buying 4 of the McCartney SMHCDs, though. I already have the Band on the Run on SMHCD. Okay, well, I think that they will sound fantastic. I'm just surprised what that because they, because the way that they've set them up, so they're like little miniature LPs, that they didn't use or do a direct transfer of the half speed masters, because each of those SHM CDs look like the half speed masters with the Obi strip and that sort of thing, but they've gone back to the archive edition mixes for those CDs. But if you've got the archive edition mixes on CD, I would imagine that these new Japanese ones are going to sound a lot better than they do. You say I've got a few of them, and every one that I've got sounds really, really great. Boyan says, meditation stresses me out. I think this would be a single listen rather and a rather expensive one at that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same. But as I say, I'm really interested to hear them. So I think that I think you can download them. I think you can download the whole lot for about a tenner, I think. And of course, you'll be able to listen to them for free on streaming as well. So I'll probably have a listen to them before I take the plunge or don't take the plunge. Dr. Winston Boogie says, I mentioned a short while ago she's been on holiday to Crete and just finished renovating her house in Wales after being diagnosed about 3 years ago. Yes, okay. Yes, I do remember. Thank you for that. Obviously, I wish her the absolute best for her recovery. Mr. Writer says the Maharishi would be loving the meditation mixes. Are they a cash grab? Well, if he's so cosmic, he should know. Said someone very famous said something very similar to that. Nice shout out. Are they a cash grab? I don't think they're a cash grab. I'm sorry. They're not a cash grab. I had a word with the Maharishi and he said they're not a cash grab because apparently anything that is for sale is a cash grab. Everything that is for sale is there to make money. Even a loaf of bread on your supermarket shelf. And that's what the Maharishi said. Right. Okay. Where are we? Boy says meditation mixes way too soon after Ultimate Box. It makes it not too ultimate. Okay. I'm getting the feeling that most people don't agree with me here, which is fine. That's okay. Right. Paul Cassidy says the Lumina app is actually quite good and that Sean endorsed and includes the meditation mixes. Right. Okay. Right. What's Brad saying? I'm feeling okay so far. Tony, I am medicating, lol, not meditating. No wonder you're feeling good, Brad. No wonder you're feeling good. Ralph's here. Hi, Ralph. I've listened to the meditation mixes on YouTube. It's interesting, but really I bought the album really as part of the collection, not to listen to. Okay. Rob says, welcome to the Baldy Club. No one wants to join when you can't resign. No, that's true. Ricardo says, hello, Tone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Ricardo. Beetle Boy says, nearly forgot the coloured reissues. I didn't go for them. I was lucky to find off the ground for 50 quid last summer. That was a bargain. That was a bargain. I did go for the coloured vinyl. I love a bit of coloured vinyl, and I really like that set because I thought that some of those albums looked absolutely stunning in coloured vinyl, particularly Tug of War and Wings Greatest. I thought looked really great as well. But we still need Wildlife on green vinyl, Red Rose Speedway on red vinyl. I can't remember. Well, obviously London Town and Back to the Egg. We need London Town on dirty brown River Thames coloured vinyl, and Back to the Egg on chicken coloured vinyl. Yeah, with a yellow yolk. Right. Ricardo says, I like the meditation mixes, but just for streaming, not vinyl. At first in 2017, I thought the remixes of Beatles songs would sound like that. Okay. Giles says, Tony, now an excuse to wear a Beatle wig, yeah, or any wig, really, any wig, really. I was thinking about maybe sort of replenishing it with a ginger wig, because I don't think there's much demand for ginger wigs these days. Not now the 70s are over, so we'll have to see about that. Beale Brad says, Tony, you're looking great. The chemo about did me in, and yes, I am bald. Not that great, mate. No. Well, you know how it is, Brad. Chemo affects different people in different ways, and obviously there's so many different types of chemo. This is something that I've learned over the last few months. I mean, the cycles of chemo that I had, the initial cycles of chemo, I kind of breezed through it. I was so lucky. I had hardly any side effects at all, a bit of tiredness and that sort of thing. But this thing that I've just had, the stem cell transplant, it really did wipe me out for quite a few days. So I'm really glad to be out the other side of it now. But I can't remember how long ago was yours, Brad. How long ago did you have it? Because obviously, medicine changes all the time. Nick says, I'm not really a betting man, but I think you'll get the meditation. I think you'll get the meditation mixes. I mean, you bought electronic sounds. You bought electronic sounds recently, so I cannot see you. Cannot see you being able to let this one go by. Well, I bought electronic sounds. I don't know, maybe 18 months ago, something like that. And it came in that a lot of talk about the PVC cover. I don't know if you because you got the big box, didn't you? And I don't know if that has got the album in the PVC cover. But Andrew Dixon did a thing a few weeks ago. Did a very good video on a copy that he picked up with the PVC sleeve on it, where it had chemically reacted with vinyl and put a mark on the vinyl. I mean, I took mine out of the PVC straight away, but it is really strange because I'm a record collector from the 70s, and once I obviously you buy your first few albums and then you kind of decide, oh, this is my thing. I like records. I'm going to carry on buying them, and from the time that I decided that I am now not just buying records because I like the bands, I'm buying records because I like the bands, and because I'm now considering myself a bit of a record collector. I would buy, whenever I bought a new album, part of the cost of that, I would buy a PVC sleeve to put my record in. It would add an extra, I don't know, 50 pence or whatever it was at the time to the cost of the album. But I always bought those hard plastic PVC, sleeves, and it was only about maybe 2 to 3 years ago that I read or saw a YouTube video about how these PVC covers can react with the vinyl and ruin your vinyl. And I took all my records out of the PVC covers that I'd bought, and literally hundreds and hundreds of LPs, and they had been in PVC sleeves for 40 years, and I haven't come across one yet that I have played since derobing it that has been damaged by that, and they would sit in those sleeves for 40 years, stacked like that, in great big lines. So either I've got away with one, or maybe the problem isn't quite as severe as people are making out. But I just took all my records out of those PVC sleeves and got rid of them. Right, Dr. Winston says, honestly, Tone, you suit the bald look. It cost me 30 quid at a local Turkish barber the other week to get the same. Well, I'll tell you what, it's funny you should say that. It's funny you should say that, because I decided to have my head shaved before I went into hospital, because I didn't like the idea of my hair sort of falling out in clumps and stuff, due to the chemo that they were going to give me prior to my transplant. So I went to a Turkish barber, which I don't normally do. I normally go to a Cypriot barber, who is an old school barber who has got a salon above a sweet shop, just like they used to in the 70s. And he used to charge me about 16, 17 quid for a haircut. Anyway, I went to him the day before I was going in the hospital, have my hair cut. He was shut. So I had to go to the Turkish barbers down the road. Well, he did the whole thing, took the whole thing up. He said, do you want your ear hair taken out? And I said, yeah, all right. Just thinking that he'd just do it with the clippers like the Cypriot barber does. Oh no. He lights this what I would virtually call a flamethrower, and starts waving it around my ears like this, getting all the hair, and then getting all the hairs. And then he says, do you want your nose hair done? So I'm kind of thinking, oh well, in for a penny, in for a pound. And so he gets these two sort of matchstick things and dips them in hot wax, shoves them up each nostril. He said, this is going to hurt, but it'll only hurt for a sec. So I go, okay. And he pulls them out like that. Then I have to move it onto another chair, right? And on the other chair, there's another bloke there, and he's giving me a massage, giving me a shoulder massaging my arms like this, and pulling them and twisting them, and giving me I'll massaging my head, hot towels, all this sort of thing. At the end of the day, 40 quid for a haircut. That cost me. Anyway, I digress. I've learnt my lesson, though. Right. Right. Where are we? The real Jackson says, hello, Beatly Tone. Glad to see you're doing well. Thank you. Ricardo says, I love the BBC Live on air at the back, this thing here. Is it original? Yes, it is. It is original. And Mrs. Beatly Tone came across that in an antique shop. Is that right? An antique shop. In an antique shop, and snapped it up because she thought, I don't know, maybe in 10 years' time, Beatly might become a YouTuber and it might come in handy. That bit isn't true. But she bought that many years before it came into use here. Right. Okay. Where are we? Mr. Wright says, anyone know when Midas Man, the Brian Epstein movie, is coming out? The trailer looks good. No, I don't know the answer to that. If anyone does, stick them in the comments. Julia says, I think it's time for MPL Inc. to offer a roadmap of projects over. Oh, do you know what? Do you think they've got a roadmap of projects? Well, they must have. I mean, a company of that size must have a roadmap. But Christ, it's so difficult to to second guess what is going on. What is going on with MPL? You never know. They just throw curveballs all the time, don't they? Andrew says, whilst the various Beatles camp dither about not releasing the stuff we want, I'm looking forward to the McCartney Legacy Volume 2 book. Me too. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that book. That is an essential book coming out at the end of this year, and I can't wait to get my hands on a copy of that. Volume 1, I just think, is the best Beatles biography I've read. We can talk about Beatles, we can talk about solo Beatles, but I think overall, that is the daddy as far as Beatle biogs goes. And Volume 1 was brilliant. It only really covered 4 years. This one is going to cover 6 years, I think it is. It's going to go up to 1980, so it should, in theory, it should be even better than Volume 1, and I can't wait to get it. There is also Elliot Mintz has got a book coming out this year as well, which could be fairly interesting as well. Elliot Mintz was John Yoko's very good friend for many years, so that could be an interesting book as well. Ralph says, by the way, the SMHCDs from Japan cannot be bought individually. It's sold as a bundle of all 5. Are you sure? No, I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure. I thought I saw it, you go on to paulmccartney.com, that each one of them is priced at, I think, £19.99, I think, which is expensive, I would admit, for a CD, but these Japanese SMH CDs do tend to be quite expensive, but I'm pretty sure you can buy them separately. Well, each one was individually priced, and you can click onto each one individually. So I didn't take it any further than that. I was just flapping about on the website, just trying to find out information about them. But it looked as if you could buy them individually if you wanted to. Right, Beer Boy says, I don't know too much about the remastering process, going back to the archive mixes on the SMH CDs. Makes me feel that it doesn't matter so much on CD. It's only on vinyl that half speed. Yeah, well, it is. Half speed mastering only happens on vinyl. It doesn't happen on CD. But I just thought because those those records have all had a half speed master, I thought if you're not a record buyer, if you only buy CDs, then you haven't got those first 5 albums in such pristine sound quality as they are on the half speed master. So I thought that maybe they might have done a digital transfer of the the half speed masters for CD, which would be as close as you would get. I mean, it wouldn't sound the same as hearing them on vinyl, but it would give you a really good version. And but it seems that they reverted back to the archives for that. Matthew says, I already have McCartney 3 Band on the Run and underdub mix, one hand clapping and Mind Games on SMH CD. Yeah, I've got a few of that. I've got McCartney 3. That's the only one out of those ones that I've got. But I've got Walls and Bridges, which is a really good one. That sounds fantastic. Joseph says, take care, Bentley Tone. I have to go. Best of health to you. Continue with prayers. Thank you very much, Joseph. Thanks for coming on the stream. Great to have you here. Thank you. Boyan says, I'll tell you what's a real cash grab. The new C-Class Mercedes with a new radio. Oh, very funny. Very funny. Boyan has just stolen my gag from my video. Very good, mate. Very good, mate. Beetle Eddie is here. Hi, Beatley Tone. Hi, Beetle Eddie. Beetle Brad says, Tony, I think you need a Beetle wig from 1964. I know a man, just a man who has got loads of Beetle wigs from 1964. His name's Beetle Brad. So send one over and we can maybe do a video together, both wearing our wigs. Right, okay. Steve says, why is Mrs. Beatley Tone out of shot? Because she's on the piss, basically. She's on the wine. She's out of shot. She should come into view and take a bow for looking after you. Do you want to come and take a bow?
Not really.
Not really. You've gone shy. Okay. Oh, she's coming over. She's coming over. There you go. Mrs. Beatley Tone has made herself known. Right. Okay. Paul says, 3 cheers for Mrs. Beatley Tone.
Yay.
Hip, hip. Right. Matthew says, my UK version of Memory Almost Full also came in a PVC sleeve. Did it? Mine didn't. But I didn't buy mine at the time. I bought the CD at the time. I bought my LP version retrospectively. Bill Boy says, all my albums are in that plastic resealable cover. Oh, okay. Okay, right. So, Big Brad says, Tony, my second operation, I was in hospital for about a month. Wow. I did have 3 altogether. And please, the good Lord and I have cancer for 3 years.
Yay.
I'm virtually ringing the bell for you, Brad. I don't know if you do have that in America, that you ring the bell when you get rid of cancer. You ring the bell in the hospital. Right. Okay. So looks like we've got a wanker here. So these are what this is one of these trolls. So we're getting rid of him. And there he is again. I'll get rid of him. Okay. Right. Just had to deal with that. Where's the one below? Right. Okay. So these are one of these mentally retarded people that that come onto live streams pretending to be YouTubers. I don't know why. I don't know why. They're quite clearly insane. But anyway, so this is the the kind of person that that got my mate Beetle Dave very upset the other day. Right, we'll get rid of him. Okay, there is a dossier being collected by YouTubers and reported to YouTube to get these people banned by IP address. Get around that one. Right, okay. The PVC sleeve issue is real, but probably other variables such as temperature and moisture. I had one record ruined by a PVC sticker which I placed in a sleeve. There was a whitish patch, says James. Yeah, I'm obviously it's real because we saw Andrew Dixon's video. It's quite clear that there was an issue. I think I think I just got away with one there, which was audible and ruined the record. Martin says, I have an album I bought in 1986 after seeing Andrew's video took it out of its cover. It came in, which I think is PVC, and unfortunately, that no clouding. So it's not a given. No, that's right. It does. Like James said, I think it does. There does seem to be some some variables there to to counteract it as well. Julia says, Tone, any interest in Dave Gilmour's Luck and Strange on 180 gram vinyl? Gilmour is so much more than Pink Floyd. I hope you'll give it a go. For me, it's the Beatles and the solos, then Dave Gilmour. I'm not really I'm not an anti-fan of David Gilmour. I just I'm a very casual Pink Floyd fan. Dave Gilmour is an absolutely fantastic guitar, but I've just never felt the need to buy any of his solo material. And as for Roger Waters, I wouldn't touch anything that he ever does ever again. But for Dave Gilmour, I probably wouldn't know. I might have a listen though. On your recommendation, Julia, I'll have a listen to his new album. There is a review of it in this month's Mojo. It got 4 stars, so it's obviously quite highly thought of. Mazzy in London just now, I think. Tony, yes, I think he's going to see the. He's going to, amongst other things, obviously, he's going to see the Yoko exhibition at the Tate Modern, which I saw with Mrs. Beatley Tone a few months ago, and very good it is too. Brad says, Tony, I think the barbershop sounds a lot worse than the cats. You got this, mate. It's all good. Thanks, Brad. Thank you. Appreciate that, mate. Nick says, is that one of the Eyes of the Storm picture on the wall to the right? It is. This one here. Yeah, this is the one that amuses Dino V's daughter, who he calls Princess V, when he was on one of my previous live streams, and I stretched my arm out and I knocked it off the wall, and it came cluttering down like that. And then the next time I did a live stream, they were both on again, and she specifically asked me to knock it off the wall. And I thought, well, not 100 quid. I'm not going to purposely knock it off the wall. It was 100 quid, that photo. But yeah, so it is one of those indeed. Martin says,
I think that might be a troll. There's 2 Martin McGraths below.
Oh, right. So this isn't Martin McGrath either. So he's going as well. Right. Okay. Hi, Tone. Like you, I finally admitted to myself that I'm now a collector. Yes. That's when it starts getting expensive.
Is that proper one?
Matthew says, I bought my SMH CD individually from Japan.
Is that the proper one?
No.
So there's 2 trolls for him.
Right. Okay. Julia says, Edit Mintz is John and Yoko sycophant. I want to hear more about John and May. Why? Why do you? Haven't you heard enough about May? Because she rams it down your throat. She so wants to be so desperately part of the story. No. According to some, John and May saw each other every week right up to his assassination. Yes, according to May. May is the only person that actually believes that to be true. Honestly, I read a book which was called Loving John back in the 80s, around 1988, 89. And even then, it just didn't ring true to me. Bits of it did, but you could see, right, you could see that he that she's just so desperate to write herself into the story, and she, I don't really understand why. We know what her part in the story is, but she just wants to make it so much bigger than what it actually was, which was, it's just a fling, and it was a controlled fling at that. Right. Where are we? Yeah, okay, bro. Dr. Winston Boogie says, hi, Beatley Tone's wife.
Hi.
Brad says, yay. C is the best. She is the best. So good to see her. Okay, so which one is the troll? Which one is the troll? I'm afraid I'm going to have to delete everyone who I believe is a troll.
I think that might be the real one. It should be, so it should be at Martin McGrath, nothing else.
Yeah, how do you see it though?
Can you not see it?
No. Right, okay. Right, Paul says, strangely tempted my McCartney SHMCD, but resisting it as I already own the archive collection. All the best to you, Tone. All the best to you, mate. Andrew says, I replaced all my PVC sleeves for polythene. Some discs had clouding in the dead wax, but worse, some had become stuck to the actual sleeve. So removing them tore the sleeve. What a absolute shame! What a pity. Right, there's another troll here. What? How are you supposed to do it? Bear with me for a sec, folks. Just need to check something. Nick says, I've met May a couple of times and I'm a bit surprised when she referred to Walls of Bridges as our album. A few days ago on Twitter, we were finishing up our album, Walls and Bridges. I know it's absolutely nuts because, when you look at Walls and Bridges was the album that John made while he was there. Yet there is only one song that is about her, and that is surprise, surprise, Sweet Bird of Paradox. All the rest of the songs are about Yoko. So I think that tells you pretty much all you need to know about John's relationship with May Pang. To be absolutely honest, Every Man says, "Tone, nice to see you on the road to recovery." Thank you, mate. Thank you. Kia says, I'm so excited for the new McCartney album. The older it gets, the more fascinated I am to hear what he might come up with. It's nearly 4 years since McCartney 3. It is. Can't wait. I can't wait. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve, because he's always got something up his sleeve. Whatever stage of his career, he's got. Every album has got at least 4 absolute bangers on it. So let's wait and see. Tone, please let us know if the upcoming Got Back programs still have that archive box set mentioned. Yeah, very interesting to see if it's still part of the program. Me too. Me too. It will be as soon as I get my hands on it. As soon as I get my hands on it, it will be the first page that I turn to. Right, we are getting pretty near to the end, so I think this is quite a good place to wrap it up. I think, and so thank you everyone who has been on the stream today. Thank you for joining us for this. I've had a blast speaking to you all, and we'll see you all very, very soon. All right, thanks for joining us. See you soon. Bye bye.
There you go.